From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. I hope everyone had a fantastic start to the new work week. It was a gorgeous day out there yesterday, and it is going to be just as gorgeous for today. That's going to continue for tomorrow, but Thursday and beyond, rain chances going up, temperatures sliding down, feeling very, actually unseasonably cool. Will be about 10 degrees cooler than normal by the time we get to this weekend. Air quality this morning being reduced in a moderate way in the valleys. It's looking a little bit worse around that immediate fire perimeter. In the immediate vicinity of the fire perimeter of the Labor Mountain fire that's burning on the border of Kittitas and Chelan counties. But we're seeing green for the basin, for the foothills, for the blues, and green means good air quality. Temperatures this morning not as cold as yesterday, but still it's getting a little chilly out there. 36 for the Tri-Cities, 33 and 34 for Ellensburg and Yakima, respectively. Your day planner forecast for this Tuesday for lower elevation is going to be around 60 for the most part around lunchtime, and then most of us around 70 for the warmest part of the day. Another superb day out there. But again, changes are afoot. I'll talk about those coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, extra emphasis patrols in Kennewick start today. What you could be doing while driving that's now illegal and can get you fined over $200. And the latest on the break-in and vandalism at the Washington State Capitol building. Police saying the suspect was a Gonzaga baseball player. We have all the details. Also ahead, the U.S. citizenship test is changing to have more questions and more detailed comprehension. We have when that's taking place and so much more, all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, October 7th. Jade has the day off, and we do have a lot to get to this morning, so we want to get right into your top stories. And we start with new information out of Kennewick. Police were dispatched to West Columbia Drive and North Fruitland Street just after 10 p.m. last night, and this was for an accident involving a motorcycle. Once officers arrived at the location, they found out the only vehicle involved was that motorcycle. The rider had left the roadway and the driver was seriously injured. Authorities say the driver was transported to a hospital and remains in critical condition this morning. The roadway was temporarily closed, but it has since reopened. And also out of Kennewick, starting today, police will be doing extra emphasis patrols. And this comes after City Council voted last month to make cut-through trips through private driveways and parking lots illegal. Officials say some local businesses can see 80 to 120 cars per day cutting through their private lots. And they do this to avoid intersections and stoplights, but this can be dangerous as drivers can be backing out of parking spaces and people could be walking back to their cars. They say this is especially a problem with the C curb at the intersection of Steptoe Street and Victoria Street. The city says new signs will be installed alerting drivers to the new law. And reminder, cutting through lots is now illegal in Kennewick, and drivers caught can face a fine up to $250. We turn now to the shocking break-in at the Washington State Capitol. We're learning the legislative building in Olympia was broken into and vandalized, and this resulted in damage to multiple facilities and historical artifacts. According to reports, the incident took place Sunday night. Washington State Patrol receiving the call shortly before 10:30 p.m. Troopers discovered that Representative Liz Berry's office had a broken window and a large hammer was left on her desk. Inside the building, several flags were knocked over, with some set on fire. And the original rug inside the state reception room was also set on fire, and something Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck described as a priceless treasure. WSP arrested a man who's been identified as Gunnar Schubert. He was booked into the Thurston County Jail on charges of arson, burglary, and malicious mischief. Now, police have uncovered that Schubert is a former Gonzaga baseball player. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed has been tracking the story and has more details on the suspect.
Washington State Patrol arrested 24-year-old Gunnar Schubert after they say he broke a window in Representative Liz Berry's office and left a hammer on her desk. Inside, officers found burned flags, toppled busts of George Washington and Martin Luther King Jr., and fire damage in the state reception room, including a historic rug described as priceless by Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck. Schubert from Auburn, Washington played college baseball at Pierce College and Gonzaga University, starting every game in his 2 seasons, and was briefly drafted by the Miami Marlins. Schubert was released on his own recognizance, but must stay away from the Capitol unless escorted. More charges could be pending as authorities continue their investigation. Meanwhile, Governor Ferguson wrote in a post on X, quote, "We have the most beautiful Capitol in the country. I am grateful for the quick work of our Department of Enterprise Services and the Washington State Patrol to bring this individual safely into custody," end quote.
Now, repair costs are unknown at this time. The prosecutor called the case strange, and the judge ordered the suspect to undergo a mental health evaluation. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Turning to Fire Watch now, we're learning that crews are continuing to make steady progress on suppressing the Labor Mountain fire. To give us a closer look at what fire crews are dealing with weather-wise, we're going to send things over to our Chief Meteorologist, Josh Colbreth. Josh, what kinds of conditions are crews facing, and what's the update on acreage and/or containment?
Well, they have a couple more dry days ahead of them, but as we head into Wednesday night, and then especially for Thursday and beyond, more rainfall, cooler temperatures. That's great news across the board for all fires still in the map. All right, now an update on acreage and containment, like Jessica was asking about. Acreage is now still right around 40,000 acres for the Labor Mountain fire. Containment, though, big update on this from yesterday, it went up by 3%. That might not sound like a lot, but containment hasn't moved over the past couple weeks. So seeing it go up by 3% in the span of 24 hours is a big deal. So it's now 10% contained, but still the eastern and the northern flanks of the fire continue to be the flanks that are giving firefighters the biggest headache. Still level 1, level 2, and level 3 evacuations in place for Chelan County. These haven't changed over the past handful of days. Now the same thing for the level 1 and level 2 evacuations in place for northern Kittitas County. Those level 2B set evacuations around Blewett Pass. Now we'll take you down to northwestern Yakima County, the Wildcat fire. This one is now 15,000 acres, and containment is still stuck at 5%. So that's kind of a bummer. And the northeastern flank of the fire continues to be the problem side of the fire, as it's been now for the past handful of weeks, and still level 2B set evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. But with that pattern flip, excellent news for all this. So we'll talk about the changing weather that's looming coming up in a few minutes.
And speaking of fires, this week is Fire Prevention Week, and this year the message goes beyond just testing smoke alarms. As the Red Cross reminds families to always be prepared, they're also asking the community to help those recovering after a fire. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has more.
Every week, local firefighters respond to home fires, emergencies that can turn deadly in just minutes.
Everybody thinks it won't happen to me. It's my neighbor. But when you talk to people, everybody knows somebody that has had a fire, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, a sister, a brother, a cousin. And so the thought we should be thinking is, when this happens to me, how am I going to be safe?
This year's Fire Prevention Week focuses on lithium-ion battery safety and where you charge them.
You want to think about where those are charging. If one of those has a fire, or any time that there's a fire in your house, right? You need to think about what those exit plans are for your house.
The Red Cross says you may have less than 2 minutes to escape a fire. That's why practicing exit routes and checking alarms is critical.
We know that every day 7 lives are lost to home fires nationally, and so when you have a plan and you're able to escape, also when you have working fire smoke alarms, then your risk is greatly reduced.
For families, this week is a reminder to put safety into action. Most of them don't think about making these plans, but say it's a good idea to implement them into their own homes. One family member says they're confident their family would get out of the house in that 2-minute time frame. The Red Cross also wants families to take that awareness one step further by supporting survivors. One of those ways is the Turkey Trot. All of those funds go into the Red Cross's Home Fire campaign.
After a family loses their home, it's usually the worst day of their lives. And how the Red Cross responds is we accompany that family in one of their darkest moments. We arrive, we provide emotional support and some basics such as comfort kits.
From prevention to recovery, it's all about protecting your family. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And fire officials say smoke alarms can cut your risk of perishing in a home fire by half, but that's only if they're working. Now to developing news, if you're looking to get your U.S. citizenship, you'll want to register for the test before October 20th. That's because the test is about to change. The number of civics questions is increasing from 100 to 128. This means applicants will need to study more thoroughly and also be ready for more detailed English comprehension, especially on the N400 application. Monica Romero, a citizenship program manager, says these updates have been planned for some time. They're not sudden.
I believe it was around 2008. It was a proposal that was set back then, and the new administration just decided to implement it now. So it wasn't for a particular reason. I believe it was just something that was already in set, and they just decided to set it back in place.
Romero suggests that for anybody applying on the 20th to make sure you do it online and not to send a paper version. This is to make sure that your application is received before the 21st to avoid having to do the new test. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you're a veteran and you're struggling with getting job ready, we have just the event for you. It's happening this week and all the details will be after the break. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because the single Papa Burger combos are just $5.99. And I wait all week for this.
And so do I.
And that's why I always get two.
The Tuesday special at A&W.
There's no place like home at Legends Casino Hotel. Every Thursday in October, join us for the Wicked Winnings cash drawings with up to $180,000 in cash prizes. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries, and you could step up to the game board for a chance at a witchy $10,000. Click your heels, follow the yellow brick road, and leave those flying monkeys at home, because you're not in Kansas anymore. You're at Legends Casino Hotel.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
For over 4 decades, the art of fine catering has been perfected by CG Catering in Kennewick. Well known for their luxurious bites, lavish delights, and precision in every portion, CG Catering will grace any event from groups of 10 to 3,000. Meticulous menus with seamless service for all occasions is their tradition. From remote locations to their local event center, repeat clients provide ongoing rave reviews as a testament to the unforgettable memories they have inspired. Call CG Catering for your next celebration.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Hapo and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters. Because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Hapo.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $5.99 to make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesdays only, Country Fried Steak is just $5.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and put all the smoke into action with Futurecast upper level smoke. And you'll notice that, well, for the next couple of days, for most of us, we're not going to have to deal with any smoke or haze at all. But that's not necessarily going to be the case in the immediate downwind vicinity of the fires that are burning in the Cascades. Obviously, the Wildcat Fire burning in northwestern Yakima County, then the Labor Mountain Fire that is burning on the border of Kittitas and Chelan counties. So that's what we're going to see, the thickest smoke downwind there. But as we head into tomorrow, there can maybe be a slightly more widespread plume of smoke, but it's going to be upper level smoke and it will be very light out there. So unless you're in the immediate adjacent vicinity to either of these fires burning in the Cascades, I'm not expecting any significant reductions to air quality. Okay. Otherwise, today, a lot of sunshine, going to be a beautiful day. High temperatures a little bit warmer in comparison to yesterday. Lower elevation is going to be in the low to mid 70s. Pretty seasonal stuff, then 50s and 60s for the mountains. It's going to be breezy for both of our mountain ranges. So again, we don't want to see any breezes in the Cascades. And then for tonight, mostly clear out there, slightly more widespread haze. And then overnight low is going to be down into the 30s and 40s for most spots. Very similar to what we're dealing with for this morning. Winds not going to be a factor for tonight, except for in the blues. They'll gust out of the south, but much more widespread breezes for tomorrow, and then some of those will hang on for dear life in a Wednesday night. And this is a little precursor to the pattern flip that we have for Thursday and beyond. Temperatures going down, rain chances going up. Talk about both those things coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Talking community events now, tomorrow in Kennewick, WorkSource Columbia Basin will be hosting a career prep session to help veterans and military families get job ready. It's designed specifically for veterans, National Guard members, and military spouses. You can get hands-on help with resumes, also practice interview skills with employers, and learn how to translate your military experience into language that stands out to those who are hiring.
Military terminology is, in most cases, doesn't always translate well to the civilian employers or the hiring manager. So we help the veterans rewrite their resume, and that's making it clear, relevant, and aligned with the job qualifications listed.
Again, this is tomorrow, October 8th, and it'll run from 2 to 4 p.m. The address is 815 North Kellogg Street in Kennewick. And if you're a vet or military spouse, you can contact WorkSource to reserve a spot for mock interviews. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking. It's all coming up in that full First Alert weather forecast after the break.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance for your heating system check. Call before October 10th to schedule your appointment, and you'll pay only $64. Don't wait. Call today or book online.
Get your home holiday ready with a sales tax discount this week at Walker's. Multiply your savings on furniture for every room in your home, or choose 5 years no interest and pay over time. This week at Walker's.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Meet an artist whose canvas is a farmer's field in the Palouse.
We want it to look natural. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there and not just a fake.
Fly the Northwest over Cougar art.
Carving on the ground, the ancient people have done it forever.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleyNewsNow.com to see how you can help.
Hello there, watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and put tomorrow into motion. Now for today, it's going to be a beautiful day, a lot of sunshine. In fact, more of the same for the most part for Wednesday. You see into the afternoon could have a few showers up in the Cascades, the rest of it staying dry, but into the evening could maybe see some more rainfall for lower elevations, and then that could continue and become much more widespread into Thursday and beyond. So just another look at precip chances for tomorrow during the day. 10 to 20% chances for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass. The rest of it's going to stay dry. But then into Wednesday night, I'd say about 20 to 40% chances of rainfall for all Cascade passes for the valleys, then about 10 to 20% chances for the base and the foothills and the blues. As we head into Thursday, about a 50-50 chance of rainfall for White Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, about 20 to 40% chances for Blewett Pass, Sadius Pass in the valleys, 10 to 20% chances for the basin, foothills, and blues. And then as we head into Friday, starting to trend a little bit wetter. Rain likely for all Cascade passes at this point, about a 50-50 chance rainfall for the Blue Mountain passes, and then anywhere between 20 to 40% for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. Here are some of the rainfall totals that we're expecting for Thursday and Friday. Around a half an inch of rainfall for the Cascades, 0.1 to 0.3 inches of rain for the blues and for the blue foothills. This would all be beneficial stuff. Of course, we want to see a little bit more up in the Cascades, just given that we have multiple active fires burning up that way. But we'll have multiple chances for rainfall over the next 7 days. It looks like Saturday is probably going to be the most active day. Not the best news for outdoor plans, but again, there are bigger fish to fry. And high temperatures, well, as rain chances go up, high temperatures do the opposite, going way down. We'll struggle to heat up out of the 50s for Monday of next week. Very fall-like at that point. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny today and tomorrow. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. In Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next couple days. Then the pattern flip on Thursday. In Ellensburg, perfect fall weather again for Tuesday and Wednesday, then quite brisk this weekend, especially on Saturday with the winds. For Hermiston, low to mid 70s with a whole lot of sunshine for the next 2 days, then shower chances with cooler highs Thursday and into the weekend. And finally for Walla Walla, maybe a little bit more haze for Wednesday, then expecting to shift in our pattern Thursday and beyond. Now you're taking a live, beautiful look at the sun coming up in Kennewick over Kamiakin High School. This view coming courtesy of Apple Valley News Now's very own First Alert weather app, which you can download for free in the App Store and on Google Play. We'll be right back after this.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Board-certified family medicine provider Dr. Jonathan Fox is now welcoming patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic. Dr. Fox provides care you can count on, including wellness exams for adults and children, women's health, mental health services, and chronic disease management. To schedule your appointment with Dr. Fox, call 509-786-1576 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a new adventure-ready 2025 RAV4 for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, it's easier than ever to get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone 17 Pro is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Oh, that's even more thrilling.
You don't have to trade in your old phone, so there's nothing stopping you from getting the new iPhone.
Nice. I kind of wish someone would stop me, though, so I can get the new iPhone.
Thanks for riding.
No, thank you.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
WSU Art on a Palouse Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, Universal Orlando is set to reopen its Stardust Racers roller coaster at Epic Universe this Saturday, and this comes just weeks after a guest died riding it.
Yeah, 32-year-old Kevin Rodriguez Zavala was found unresponsive in his seat and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The county medical examiner determined his manner of death was from multiple blunt impact injuries, and his death was ruled an accident.
The ride has remained closed since the September 17th incident. In a letter to staff, Universal Orlando report says the ride had undergone a comprehensive operational and technical review.
The letter said the review showed the ride systems were functioning normally. Universal says signs will be updated to reinforce existing ride warnings and physical eligibility requirements.
And I was at Epic Universe earlier this summer, or over the summer, and this was my favorite roller coaster. So when I heard about this, I was like, that's insane. It's really fast, and I don't know, it's just a bizarre incident, but just spooky to think about.
Is that a newer roller coaster?
It's a newer park in general, and yeah, the roller coaster is just big and fast, and one of the good ones. But in more entertainment news, International Day of the Girl is coming up soon, and Mattel is introducing Team Barbie, immortalizing 4 rugby stars in doll form.
Players are England's Ellie Kildun, U.S. Olympic medalist Ilona Maher, New Zealand's Portia Woodman-Wycliffe, and France's Nasira Conde.
Only Maher's Barbie will be for sale starting next year, and Mattel created a brand new body sculpt just for her.
The company says it, quote, celebrates strength with a straighter, more athletic torso, visibly defined arms, shoulders and legs, plus sculpted core and back muscles.
I wonder if you could see all of that on the Barbie. That's pretty cool. But International Day of the Girl is Saturday, October 11th. And I wonder when International Day of the Boy is. But, you know, as from last hour, we get Cyndi Lauper, who's starting her Vegas residency. You know, girls just want to have fun, and boys, you don't get, you know, I'm sure there's a day, but you shouldn't have a day or a song or anything. You know?
Plenty of boy stuff out there, as our director just said in our
What did he say?
Saturdays for the boys.
Oh, right.
A whole day.
Boys night.
A whole day dedicated to us.
All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's a major step forward for addiction recovery in the Tri-Cities as a new treatment center in Kennewick is getting closer to opening up. We have the progress made so far, all coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Injured in a car wreck or slip and fall? We're right here, your neighbors, your lawyers, fighting for you. Call the local experienced team who cares. Call the home team, where you meet your attorney in person. When you need help, hire the home team who fights for you. More cash for your crash. Capuzza Lighty, accident injury lawyers. Local, experienced, ready to fight for you.
We're forging the future of the city of Pasco, and we need your voice. The city is updating our comprehensive plan, which covers everything from housing and transportation to utilities and parks. This document showcases the vision of what we want Pasco to be in 2046 and beyond. Tell us about the type of businesses you'd like to see, the types of parks you'd like to visit, and the type of neighborhood you want to live in. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit pasco-wa.gov/comp plan and become part of the future.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on breakfast, which comes in handy when you've got the whole family in town.
Buy one, add one for $1. Now with Sausage McGriddles and more breakfast favorites. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
My husband and I had planned our dream home, and it was years in the making. I didn't want to just show up at any big box store. We wanted to sit down, and I want you to spend time with us. Like, this is a big investment. Our family spends so much time in our kitchen, and now that we're moved in, we are so pleased with our experience with Fred's, with the product line, and how it really aesthetically added value to our kitchen. Fred's Appliance over-delivered.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
It's getting chilly.
Yeah, it's 35, 36 degrees out there this morning in the Tri-Cities.
Oh,
so,
that's cold.
Yeah. And it's typically pretty cold in the studio.
I think I'm getting used to it then.
I think this is one of the mornings you'd prefer to be in the studio as opposed to being outside.
Oh, for sure.
Even though it's an ice box in here sometimes, for sure.
I'll usually mess with the thermostat, though.
That thermostat's not correct. All right, we're airing out all our dirty laundry here. Bottom line for the forecast, we will be, we'll have beautiful weather over the next couple days, Tuesday and Wednesday. But for Thursday and beyond, rain chances going up and temperatures going down. So getting into some more traditional fall-like weather. Really, we're actually going to be cooler than normal. This is the traditional stuff for today and tomorrow, at least in terms of the high temperatures. Current air quality this morning, it's being reduced in a moderate fashion for the valleys. It's a little bit worse up around, of course, some of the more active flames by the Labor Mountain Fire, but we're seeing green for the basin, for the foothills, for the blues, which means good air quality in those microclimates. Temperatures this morning, yeah, I said 36 for the Tri-Cities, so that stands at 34 for Yakima, 33 for Ellensburg, 48 for Walla Walla. So temperatures kind of all over the place, but in general, 30s and 40s, you will need maybe a heavier jacket as you're headed out the front door. Here's your hourly forecast on this Tuesday in the Tri-Cities. Around 60 for lunchtime, closer to 70 for the warmest part of the day. So for today, for lower elevations, low to mid 70s. Again, this is normal stuff for the 7th day of October, but again, the pattern's going to flip. We need rainfall, and that's what we're waiting on. We're going to get it. I'll talk about it coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour of news in Yakima County, that's where a deadly crash involving a school bus took place yesterday. It left one person dead. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office says they got the call just before 8 in the morning to the intersection of Hara Road and McDonald Road. When deputies arrived, they found the school bus on its side. 3 students and the bus driver were taken to the hospital as a precaution, and the district notified all parents. Investigators say the driver of a passenger car, a 71-year-old man from the Toppenish-Hara area, failed to stop at a stop sign and hit the bus. He died at the scene.
The deputies are trying to find the next of kin to make notification to let them know that their loved one is deceased. And after that's been made, we'll send out that information. And for parents, I wouldn't be scared to send your kids on a bus. How many times has your children been on the bus? Dozens and dozens of times, and nothing happens. So don't be scared of the world.
The Sheriff's Office says the Traffic Division is still investigating and will release more information later this week. We'll of course keep you updated. Now, the cost of carry-out bags is about to go up in Washington State. This will start January 1st of next year. Now, the increase is part of a law passed in 2020, and it'll change the current plastic bag fee from 8 cents to 12 cents, while paper bags will stay at 8 cents. The original law required a thickness increase to 4 millimeters for plastic bags to take effect on the same day, but that's now been delayed for 2 years. The Washington State Department of Ecology says retailers and restaurants who distribute plastic bags that are 4 millimeters or thicker must charge an additional 4 cents for a total of 16 cents. That penalty will go into effect on January 1st, and it'll run through December 31st of 2027. 6:35 and making a difference this morning, a long-awaited recovery center in Kennewick is one step closer to opening. It's a center that gives those struggling with addiction a safe place to get treatment. The Columbia Valley Center for Recovery has been more than 7 years in the making. It was started by the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition, and officials have raised nearly $50 million from county, state, and federal funding. And that's along with almost $3 million in private donations from local residents.
We're not interested in a profit motive. We want to get enough money for it to run and be sustainable. But we're not in it for a profit motive, and so we can offer lower costs, and big employers who send their employees to treatment can come here, and it's cost effective for them.
Once open, the center will offer medical, detox, recovery housing, and long-term treatment programs to help people safely transition into recovery, all without having to leave the community. And the center is expected to open by April. And coming up next, we're looking at 9 nonprofits in Eastern Oregon as they now have brand new solar panels. And it's all thanks to a new partnership with Amazon. Details and another look at your weather forecast is after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Apple Valley News Now is Grandview.
Apple Valley News Now is Ellensburg.
Apple Valley News Now is Stanfield.
Apple Valley News Now is Pasco. Our broadcast center may be in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be, leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
We are on your side.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Meet an artist whose canvas is a farmer's field in the Palouse.
We want it to look natural. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there and not just a fake.
Fly the Northwest over Cougar Art.
Carving on the ground, the ancient people have done it forever.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Chris O'Donnell, right before the premiere of 911 Nashville.
We are on the move.
And Mason Thames from Blackphone 2.
And then what happened?
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live, beautiful look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimart. You see the pastel colors already up in the sky for this morning, so it's already turning out to be a gorgeous day. Let's take it back over to the lower Columbia Basin. Here's your CoatCast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. Going to need a heavy jacket for this morning as we'll be in the low 40s, but just light jacket weather for the late morning, and then t-shirt weather for the warmest part of the day as we'll end up around 70 degrees. So this is going to be a very seasonal day for the 7th day of October. We'll have mid-60s up towards the pass, a little bit hazy because of course, some of the smoke from those adjacent fires, but less haze in the Kittitas Valley. Also breezy today, by the way, up in the Cascades. Then for the Yakima Valley, light winds here just like we'll have in the Kittitas Valley, low to mid-70s. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, most of us in the low 70s, could see some mid-70s, those 73s for the Hanford site, Benton City and Prosser, 75 for Umatilla. But as always, a little bit cooler down towards Boardman with some of those river impacts. And then for the Morrow County foothills, mid-70s, will be in the mid to upper 70s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, then mostly in the 60s and 70s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Breezy today for the Blues with those gusts out of the south. And then the winds will pick up gradually over the next couple days. And for Thursday and beyond, rain chances going up, temperatures going down. We'll talk about both those aspects of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Turning now to environment news out of Eastern Oregon, that's where 9 nonprofits have brand new solar panels, all thanks to a partnership between Amazon and Grid Alternatives. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us about the project and its impact to each organization.
9 community organizations in Eastern Oregon are going to save a ton of money on their energy bill thanks to a program that gave them each these new solar panels. The program started less than 2 years ago when nonprofit renewable energy company Grid Alternatives received a grant from Amazon.
This $1.2 million investment going directly to support 9 local nonprofits and provide carbon-free energy, providing cost savings and reducing emissions for decades to come.
A handful of nonprofits in Umatilla and Morrow counties were selected to have new solar panels installed, including local food banks, senior centers, and homeless shelters. And after Grid Alternatives worked with each organization to plan out the project, it was time for the solar panels to be installed.
So we were able to work with local contractors to build 9 25 kilowatt solar electric systems like the one up here.
Each system is expected to last the buildings between 25 and 30 years, which will help the organization save money that would typically be spent on electricity. The Stepping Stones Alliance is a homeless shelter in Hermiston. The new system will help the organization spend more on its regular operations.
We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so every little bit helps considerably. Whether we're buying cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, spending money on food so that we make sure we have dinner and breakfast items.
Cole also says that the extra funds will help support staffing and care for everyone who lives on site. Reporting from Boardman, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, there were originally 10 organizations that received solar panels, but one of the recipients, the Boardman Food Pantry, burned down in a fire this past summer, which the community is working on rebuilding it. And keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Fort of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
And the princess never felt the pee as the Summit made for a perfect night's sleep.
What was it like before? Never a mattress?
30 years ago, getting a mattress was pretty scary. Middlemen hawked spring-filled slabs, hardly fit for a dog, at prices like you wouldn't believe. And you'd barely sleep, what with bad foam and even worse support. But then, Denver Mattress came to town. They promised a better night's sleep, and they delivered. And it still holds true to this day. Denver Mattress. After 30 years, still the easiest way to get the right mattress.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, you can get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Too thrilling.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
WSU Art on a Palouse Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, today is going to be a gorgeous day, a lot of sunshine. It's going to be dry. Pretty much the same thing for tomorrow, although we'll pick up the action around lunchtime tomorrow with Futurecast radar. You can see into the afternoon, could have a few rain showers up in the Cascades for the highest elevations, could even see some snow mixing in, but that's going to be way above pass level. And then later into the evening, could maybe see some more rainfall starting to spread down into lower elevations, but definitely we're going to have much more active weather as we head into Thursday, but especially for Friday, Saturday, and beyond. So for tomorrow during the day, about 10 to 20% chances of rainfall for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. Looks like the rest of us probably going to stay dry, but into tomorrow evening, 20 to 40% chances for the mountains and the valleys, about 10 to 20% chances of rain for the Basin, foothills, and blues. For Thursday, slightly better chances of rainfall, about 50-50 for the Cascades, for I-90 and US 12, about 20 to 40% chances for US 97, the valleys, about 10 to 20% chances for the Basin, foothills, and blues. Then by Friday, starting to trend a little bit wetter. Now rain likely for all Cascade passes, about a 50-50 chance for our Blue Mountain passes, then about 20 to 40% chances for the valleys, the Basin, and the foothills. And we trend even wetter into Saturday, which we'll talk about in just a second. But for Thursday and Friday, this catches a couple different storm systems, the tail end of one, the beginning of another, but half an inch of rainfall during this time frame, half an inch of rainfall expected for the Cascades, 0.1 to 0.3 inches for the foothills and the blues. Looks like the Wildcat Fire is probably going to get a little bit more rainfall than the Labor Mountain Fire, but any rainfall is definitely encouraged, right? Again, Saturday going to be the most active day. This will continue, although it looks like we trend a little bit drier into Sunday and Monday, and temperatures trending way down. We'll have a hard time heating up out of the 50s by the time we get to Monday in the Tri-Cities. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny today and tomorrow. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. For Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next couple days, then the pattern flip on Thursday. For Ellensburg, perfect fall weather again for Tuesday and Wednesday, then quite brisk this weekend, especially on Saturday with the winds. And Hermiston, we're looking at low to mid 70s with a lot of sunshine for the next 2 days, then shower chances with cooler highs Thursday and into the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, maybe a little bit more haze for Wednesday, then expecting the shift in our pattern Thursday and beyond. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, surviving an elephant charge. Watch as a massive elephant protecting the herd's young calves charges this group on a canoe safari in Botswana, flipping over the boat.
Actually, the first thought that came to my mind was, this is the end of me.
Jeff Melvin and Larry Unrain from New York were on that tour boat that they say started as an incredible adventure, but took an unexpected turn as they approached the herd of elephants. And this morning, they're telling their story to GMA.
In the blink of an eye, things kind of changed. I've never, ever feared for my life. Not like that.
Within minutes, the elephant begins charging toward them. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of this harrowing safari story. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Before taking Brestree for my COPD, I had bad days. Days ruined by flare-ups that could permanently damage my lungs. Then, I talked to my doctor about Brestree, and I noticed things changed. Brestree gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, my lung function improved. Brestree also helped improve my symptoms, and was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. Now, I worry less about bad days and enjoy more good days.
Brestree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Brestree more than prescribed. Brestree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Brestree for COPD.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:51. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. Authorities in Northern California responded to a helicopter crash last night. This happened on Highway 50 in Sacramento. The city's fire department said at least 3 people were critically injured. Photos of the scene showed what appears to be a red medical helicopter. Officials say there was a pilot, a nurse, and paramedic on board. Authorities said the crash left one person trapped underneath the helicopter. Bystanders rushed in to help lift the aircraft off the trapped victim. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll update you once we know more. In your business headlines, it was a loss for Google in front of the Supreme Court yesterday. Justices turned down the company's request to pause a lower court ruling that requires it to make significant changes to its App Store. The decision is the latest chapter in a long-running legal dispute between Google and the creator of the popular game Fortnite. The maker of Fortnite, Epic Games, sued Google in 2020, claiming it was violating antitrust laws. In your health headlines this morning, a new study finds that drinking just 1 can of diet soda once a day may boost the risk of non-alcohol fatty liver disease by 60%. Researchers also noted that drinking a sugary beverage could raise that risk by 50%. A summary of the research showed that drinking diet beverages was linked to a higher risk of dying from liver disease, and participants who substituted water reduced their risk by nearly 13% for sugary drinks. Water over diet drinks cuts the risk more than 15%. We go now to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, starting today, Kennewick Police will be doing extra emphasis patrols, as it's now illegal in the city to cut through private driveways and parking lots. New signs will be installed to alert drivers about the new law. These will be near Steptoe Street, where this has been more of a problem. If you're caught driving through these lots, you can face a fine up to $250. And construction at the Leslie Groves tennis courts is now underway as the city of Richland is working to modernize it. The courts and part of the Riverfront Trail will be closed for construction. Upgrades include a new concrete court, new netting, a rebound wall, and also new perimeter fencing. Detour signs will be posted for trail users, and the project is expected to be done by spring. And the city of Pasco wants to hear from you. They're asking residents to weigh in on their comprehensive plan, which is a roadmap for the next 20 years. It covers everything from land use, housing, parks, to roads and infrastructure, basically how the city grows and changes. Officials say this helps them prepare for the future, and it also gives residents a say in the matter. And we have a link to the survey up on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com. And if you're looking to get your U.S. citizenship, you'll want to register for the test before October 20th, as the test is about to change. The number of questions is increasing to 128, and there will be more English comprehension required. Officials recommend applying online and not using snail mail, and this is to ensure that your application is received before the 21st. Lastly, WorkSource Columbia Basin is hosting a career prep session tomorrow, and this is to help vets and military families get career ready. It's specifically for veterans, National Guard members, and military spouses. You can get hands-on help with your resume, practice interview skills, and learn to translate your military experience into language that stands out for hiring managers. It runs from 2 to 4 p.m. at 815 North Kellogg Street in Kennewick. And trending this morning now, it's officially fall, and you know what that means. Cooling temperatures, colorful foliage, and falling leaves, but also the sight of the harvest moon on a clear autumn night.
The harvest moon was visible from Monday night into early this morning. It should be extra special because this year it's also the first of 3 back-to-back supermoons.
Ooh, so a supermoon happens when the moon reaches its nearest point to Earth, making it look larger and fuller. October's full moon is called the harvest moon because it's the full moon closest to the first day of fall.
Historically, its bright light helped farmers finish their harvest for the year.
Did you get to see it coming in this morning?
I saw it, I want to say over the past few days. There was one point where I looked
it's just
up in
getting
the sky,
bigger, or looking bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I was really wowed by it. So
yeah, I feel like there's always some sort of moon going on. I don't know.
There's always a moon up in the sky.
You know what I mean. There's always like a super moon. There's always like a
eclipse. Or
there's other moons. I can't think of them right now, but they're there.
Different stars up in the sky as well.
There's always something, right?
Yeah.
What else is going on up in the sky today? Fall weather.
Fall-alleluia. Your favorite
Yes.
stuff. There's a lot of sunshine.
It's cold.
Chilly. It's definitely chilly out there for this morning. We'll take a look at temperatures in just a second. First, air quality being reduced in a moderate way for the valleys, and we are unhealthy for sensitive groups up in portions of Chelan and Kittitas counties in the immediate vicinity of the Labor Mountain fire. Temperatures this morning, 35 in the Tri-Cities, 33 for Ellensburg, a little bit warmer in Walla Walla, 45. Later today, highs getting into the low to mid 70s for lower elevations. Pretty normal stuff for the 7th day of October. So, bottom line for the forecast, beautiful weather today, beautiful weather tomorrow. But then the pattern will flip for Thursday and beyond. Rain chances going up, high temperatures trending cooler, down into the 50s and 60s for lower elevations for Saturday through Monday. So this is, of course, not the best news for outdoor plans as we head into the weekend, but it is excellent news when it comes to rain. Our reservoirs need the rainfall, and our firefighters need the help up in the Cascades. So I'd say this is a net positive. What do you think, Jessica?
Definitely positive, but we like the rain during the week and not during the weekend for plans.
That would be ideal, but it's out of our control.
Right. Yeah. No, you can control it, right? No. Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.